Hello, welcome to Shmirchik. Welcome to Shmirchik Tipsy Tarot, where you experience all the unpleasantness that comes with me. Today we will be reading about the upcoming Trump-Harris debate, right? So it is set for September 4th, and so they're supposed to have a debate, right, on September 4th. That is in another month, and so I'm going to be pulling the cards to see. One side is going to be Trump's feelings. The other side is going to be Harris's feelings. So basically what I'm going to do is see how they're feeling about it, from the two sides, and we'll go from there. Okay? Mixing the cards. Because are they nervous? Are they happy? What could be going on through their minds? It's scary to debate somebody. So this is Trump's feelings. And now we're going to go look at Harris's feelings. Right? Go see Harris's feelings. And we'll get down to it. Right? Okay. See how she's feeling for the upcoming debate. Okay, so let me show you the cards. All right, so we're going to try my best here to try to formulate a story when it comes to all this. So Trump, Kamala Harris, right? So how does Trump feel about the upcoming debate? How does he feel debating her, right? So Four of Wands reversed. He doesn't really have the support of his family and friends, and in regard to debating her, right? And I don't know why it says private celebrations with the Four of Wands, right? Four of Wands reverse is also fighting in the home in regard to this, right? So then we have Queen of Swords. Perhaps his wife, Trump's wife, is telling him he could do this, or she is being very tough about it and saying something like in regard to, see, now I'm a bit confused because it could be that she is supporting him in this. His wife is supporting him in this. Melania, right? But I'm feeling a bit confused because it can be also that. Let me pull more cards for the Queen of Swords. Is this Melania? Oops. Let's try again, because is this regarding Melania? Strength, the Hermit, loneliness, and it could be in regard to her Melania, right? She's saying it could be a fleeting success. Then there's Two of Cups. It talks about incompatibility, right? So I feel like Melania might be feeling like she's incompatible. It's miscommunications. She feels like it's not going to be a good communication between Trump and Harris. If I am thinking correctly, that is in regard to Kamala. No, in regard to Melania, right? So let me get my this, right? Is it talking about Melania? Is the Queen of Swords Melania? No. Okay, so I was wrong. I was wrong. It's not Melania. Okay, I guess it is Kamala, right? So, right, I'm trying to string this together into a story format so I can understand, right? So we have here Trump not feeling like he has his family support. We have Queen of Swords. Kamala's going to be ready for this. and Two of Cups. Incompatible miscommunications. It's as if he feels like they're a complete mismatch in regard to it's an unequal relationship, right? In regard to Kamala Harris arguing with her. He feels like he's going to dominate her with the emperor. He's going to lead in this. He's going to be leading. He's going to come out leading in this with the emperor. And he thinks he's going to come out on top, right? But he's aware with the Five of Swords that One second. He's not afraid to take initiative, right? And to go and debate her. And he's aware that he has to be careful with how he approaches this, also because this can also be in regard to getting attacked by everybody, becoming a victim of attack or attacking others. He's aware that it's going to be a fight, and it's going to be an uphill battle, and it can cause this debate can cause some serious damage, right? And it can cause great changes in regard to how the election will go, right? In regard to everything. He's afraid. He's aware, right? He's not afraid. He's aware that with the Five of Swords, how bad things can go, right? Victim of attack, attacking ourselves, intense conflict, situation change. He's aware that the situation can change, right? When it comes to this, if he doesn't play his cards right? But with the Page of Wands, it talks about him being happy with this new offering, and like part of him is aware that it can create great situation change, and he has to be careful. But then, and he's going to try not to self-sabotage. But then we have with the Page of Wands, it talks about new promise, new communications. It's he thinks that it's going to give him new opportunities, right? With the Page of Wands to get further in. It's going to be an adventure for him. He's looking forward to this because there's lots of possibilities. He feels like if he gets it right, there's lots of possibilities in regard to the election and with public communications, and with also being somebody who is able to promote himself and his cause, right? With the right, in regard to also like the children, right? It could be also with his kids. He wants to be an example for his son, for the younger generation, and with the Fool as well, for the children. And he does like believe in himself, and he's aware that it's walking into the unknown. It's with his in regard to arguing with Kamala, right? He feels unrestricted. He feels free when it comes to this. He believes in himself. He is not afraid to take the plunge and to, like, on the one hand, he's aware that he has to be careful in regard to how he approaches Kamala because of the damage that can be done and the changes it create within his within this whole election, right? With the Two of Cups, it's also like he's aware that it's not a real equal fight probably because of the media, and also because they're just not on the same level. Him and Kamala are not on the same level with the Two of Cups reversed. They're completely incompatible. They can't relate to each other. They're in two different worlds completely. And the Fool is also believing in yourself, right? Going on a new journey. He has the knowledge that he needs, but he is basically taking chances and believing in himself, and he's aware that he's not within the system. So he has some sort of advantage because there's no one controlling him. He's completely unrestricted, right? Trump. And he feels also that he has God on his side, with the Temperance. He has the angels and the divine infinite, with the infinite possibilities. He has the balance that he needs, and the possibilities and the infinite angels and the patience and everything that he needs. He has a higher power guiding him. That's what he feels, right? So then we go to, right, because Temperance, it's, right, 1 second. Inspiration. Yeah, he's inspired to go through with this debate. He's not really afraid. He's just aware that he can't be too cocky, and even though his family is not really supporting him so much, and in this they don't want him to debate her, right? So he feels like it's his purpose to go and debate her as well, right? And yeah, it's a higher purpose. It's a higher purpose. He feels like he has to go and debate her, and this is fulfilling his higher purpose, and he feels the angels are with him. Now, as in regard to Kamala, how she feels about Trump, debating Trump, what's her feelings towards Trump, right? So the high priestess reverse, disconnection from intuition, not connected to herself. There's lots of secrets and there's lots of fear. The high priestess reverse, it's she's disconnected from herself. She's very shallow, it seems to say. She has secrets, and then the Four of Swords, it's mental problems. Like she is feeling the burnt out. She's stuck in her way of thinking, and it's too much for her. It's like as if her brain is about to burst from old information and everything that she is supposed to be in the way she is supposed to argue with him, right, in the debate, right? Her brain, it says that there's too much going on in her head, and she's stuck in her ways, and she's feeling stressed, lots of stress, because she's also disconnected, and there's lots of secrets that I would assume from my readings, from the previous readings, that she might be afraid will come out, that will come to the surface, right? And Five of Cups, she's feeling remorse, regrets, rejection, fear, sadness. Five of Cups. It's usually like changes. She's afraid of the changes also, like the self-pity. Oh, like, oh, I have to go and argue with this guy. I have to debate him. Why am I in this situation? And she's disappointed because I don't think she felt that she would have to face him because it's so close to the election, right? And like deep down from my readings, I feel like she might be a bit of a coward, right? Like she's afraid. She's not really that brave. She's not that smart. She's not connected with herself. There's lots of secrets that go on behind the scenes that we don't know about, right? And she's afraid that will come out, right? She's feeling despondent and remorse and regret. I think it's also probably because of the position she's in. I don't know if she fully is ready to be in this position of being president, right? Then we have the Six of Cups, which talks about soulmate card, right? It's the siblings card. Perhaps she'll gain strength from her and support from her siblings, right? Like they say that Kamala has a sister that supports her a lot, so perhaps that's something. And perhaps her sister is telling her like, oh, it's just gonna last a short time. You're gonna get over this. It's not something that is like Six of Cups. It's fleeting. It's something that comes and goes. It's not for long term, right? And this is karmic, right? Like it could be that her family is telling her like you can do this, and like this, you have to persevere through this. Like someone is encouraging her family, like you're gonna persevere through this. You're gonna get through this. And then the Nine of Wands reverse is someone who's still on the fence and someone who's feeling like it's pointless struggles. Like there's no point. I'm not going to win in this. There's no point to this. What's the point of me arguing with this guy? What's the point of me debating the Nine of Wands reverse, right? So she's exhausted. She's questioning like, why am I doing this? And then there's like this tower. It's a rude awakening for her that it's a shift of energy. There's large changes coming, and she's aware that everything can just come crashing down to the ground in 1 second, and she can fall into a deep dark place, right, with the tower. And yeah, 1 second. It's a rude awakening, right? She's not prepared for this. She's extremely unprepared, and she feels like she can't. Wow, she feels so weak. This feels so weak. It feels as if she can't. It's like she's not prepared for this. She feels like she can't do this. She feels like she is not up for this challenge, and she feels like it's incoming disaster, right? She's really unprepared for this, Whereas Trump family doesn't want him to, like, it seems like he doesn't have support from his family, They don't want him to go and argue with her. They think she might maybe, come out on top somehow because of her manipulation. But I think Trump is aware that they're not. They're not even on the same level. They're in two different worlds. The argument, the debate is completely incompatible with each other. They're not a match at all. It's like putting a bull into a ring with a it's putting a bull into the ring with a goat. That's what it's like, right? Trump is the bull, she's the goat. Like it's incompatible. Like, it's not a fair fight, right? Like, and he knows that. He knows that he'll wipe her ass, and she's aware of that herself, according to the cards. And she's really stressed about it. I think she's not fit for the job because if she can't have a debate with the opposition, she's not set to be on the world stage, in my opinion, right? And then there's like two twos, right? So we have the two of wands reversed, two of pentacles. Two of pentacles, she's trying to gain control of the situation, right? With the two of pentacles, is struggling to juggle many projects, and it's also struggling many options, many projects, and there's lots of choices and decisions she needs to make, and she still needs to choose who's going to be her partner, right? And then there's the two of wands reversed, who talks about afraid of the changes that are coming, right? So she's afraid of the changes that are coming with this whole entire debate in regard to Trump. I told you, like, from my other reading, from what I read, right? From my other reading, what I read from the energies, right? Like, she's like a little girl in the tutu, and she's completely unprepared. You know what I'm saying? Completely out. It's not a fair fight, because she's not fit for the world stage. Because if she can't have an argument and a discussion and a debate with her opponent, then how can she have a discussion and have any sorts of arguments and meet world leaders and be there when she's so weak and disconnected? And she's feeling very pessimistic. She's getting support from her family. She is regretting the position she's in. She feels like there's no point. She's had a rude awakening that now, like, she is basically with the tower. It's unbelievable. It's she's unstable. Everything that she's built is she doesn't have any stability in regard to anything. And she feels like she's going to be knocked down in 1 second from Trump, right? And she is unprepared, completely unprepared. And then the two of wands says she is afraid of the changes. She can't adapt to the changes. She's playing safe. She's trying to plan, but she's out of options. She is a bad planner. She is not prepared for the world stage, from what I see, because, like, she's aware that Trump is going to wipe her ass, even though Trump's family is telling him not to do this debate. I think, I don't know why they're telling him that, because perhaps they're afraid that it can cause some sort of betrayal and changes, and something can happen with the, in regard to the voting, right? And in regard to the race, it could change things. But I think Trump is very, very confident, and he thinks it's going to be good for himself to promote with the Page of Wands, lots of communications. And I think that will even be with the, when it comes to advertising, advertising for the good. And he feels completely unrestricted, and he feels like God is with him. Like, but Kamala, I think she's like a little girl. She's not prepared. She's not someone who's up to the task of being president. She's not up to the task of being in office. She's not strong enough. She's inside. She is quaking. She's literally quaking, and I almost feel bad for her, but she's feeling remorse and regret with the Five of Cups, right? She's feeling remorse and regret here. I don't know if you can see here. Remorse and regret with the Five of Cups, that she's in this situation, and she's having regrets and sadness and feeling pessimistic and like, I can't do this. And her sister, right, siblings, are trying to tell her, you can do this. It's just a passing phase. You can get through this. You just need to go, and it's passing. It's a short time. It's not a long It's not going to be a long debate, right? She's saying it's not for long term, right? And you can do this. She's trying to say. So that's the feelings I get with Kamala. And so now the question would be, who's going to come out on top? Literally, who's going to win the debate, right? Let's see. How will people after the debate? How will people see Kamala, and how will they look? How will they come out looking to the public, right? So we'll see. How will Trump come? Do Trump on the right, on the left, Kamala on the right. So how will Trump look in regard to the debate? How will he impress the audience, right? And how will she come out looking after the debate? We'll see how they actually, because you never know, things can change, like when it comes to the stage, the debate stage, right? So as you can see, I'm gonna mix the cards. I will see how they will come out looking, right? So, okay, this is Trump. How people see Trump. Oh my God! Wow. And how will they see Harris? How would people see Harris after the debate? This is if they debate, because they're saying there's a debate coming on September 4th. So bear with me, right? How will people see? Oh my goodness. How will they see Kamala Harris? Strong. The devil. Toxic. Okay. So you see, I'm trying to be unbiased in these readings, even though you guys are probably aware that I'm obviously pro-Trump, but I try to, I'm aware that if I'm going to be biased with my readings, I'm not going to get the right message to the truth of the matter, right, of what the cards are trying to tell me. So, for instance, here I got, how will the public see Trump, right? So, Nine of Pentacles, they'll see him independent, self-sustaining, strong, happy, self-love. Eight Pentacles, like someone who's very confident. Eight of Pentacles, he has the skills, and he's continuing to build the skills for the future, and he's advancing forward, and he's strong. And then Five of Pentacles, right? But then there's a little bit of they might see him also. There might be some people that see him as being some sort of changes for the worse, right? Like he might come across to some people as ill and poverty, illness, no money, changes for the worse, taking a turn for the worse. It could be that part of the debate will make him look like weak, right? And perhaps something about his business will come out, that he is not as successful as he would like to say, right? And because Five of Pentacles, it's poverty, illness, breakups, rifts. It's illness, temporary illness. They'll see him as temporarily, like he might come across as temporarily within the debate as in homeless, he lost lots of property. But then and then there's Queen of Swords, which talks about perhaps she'll own him, perhaps Kamala will own him in that regard, pointing out how he's failed in the past with money, I'm guessing, right? Then there's Six of Pentacles, which it talks about equal give and take. This guy is charitable. They'll see him as somebody who is balanced, charitable, and persevering through this, and able to get through this, able to do the job. And he is somebody that actually cares about the community, right, with the Six of Pentacles, because it's equal give and take. It is persevering through something, and it is gaining rewards and happiness through generosity and charity, right? Then we have King of Cups, which talks about a man who is very emotionally loving and loving and stand in his power, and he is very strong in his throne, and he is able to lead and take care of things. And then there's the Hermit. It talks about people seeing him as some people might see him as having done the work of looking into himself, right? I'm not sure what I was trying to say with that, with the hermit, right? Inner searching, right? Going in a journey inside. Somebody who's also has lots of wisdom, right? And somebody who has lots of wisdom, and he's been through that, and he has the experience and the wisdom to be able to do the job and get through things. I see the impression on all of the public seeing positively when it comes to the debate, right? Then there's a Six of Cups, which talks about also like just there for the family and siblings, and it's a karmic family card, right? It also talks about self-love, and as well as Six of Cups, right? Six of Cups. Give persevering, getting through something. Perseverance. It's like 6 and 6. Family, karma, communication, ancestors. It could be that a lot of his family things will come out, like stories about his family, which is karmic, right? And it talks about healing, right? So they'll see that he's able to heal the nation. He's able to heal. It talks about just all in all, everybody's just feeling like he is. With the hermit, he is somebody who is introspective, and he's healed himself in some way, right? If I'm understanding correctly. Yeah, it's family karma. It's in the family. He's able to do this because he is family oriented as well. You might see him as somebody who's positive for the families of America as well, right? As far as Kamala, how will the audience see her, right? So we have King of Swords. King of Swords is a man who can be very cruel and mean and nasty and vicious, right? And then there's the Page of Cups, which talks about new offerings, new opportunities, children. Eight of Wands reversed. I'm not sure what I was trying to say, right? Like they're gonna see her as somebody who's trying to make an offer to the public, and they might see Donald Trump as somebody who's just gone really vicious on her and mean to her, but she's trying to make promises to the public and try to make a radical shift towards a new path. She's trying to reform. They're going to see her as somebody who's trying to reform the government, make promises that are different, right, than Trump. But with the Eight of Wands reversed, it is they'll see her as somebody who's just panicking and nervous, and she's exhausted. They'll just see her as somebody, she's going to come off as somebody who's very tired, exhausted, somebody who is getting wiped by the King of Swords, somebody who's getting somebody who's controlling her. It might also look like she's able to easily be controlled by the males, right? And she's just going to come off as exhausted and panicky, and with the Hierophant, right? It's government, right? It's institutions. It might come across as if she is being controlled by the institutions and by like the government, right? Then there's a Six of Swords, which talks about persevering with all the baggage surrounding her, like all the drama and all the politics and everything wherever she goes, and all her past, right? With the Six of Swords, it's all her past is following her wherever she goes, and every time she tries to move on, she can persevere through things, right? But her past is following her. She can't let go of all the baggage that comes with somebody, like their story, their karma, their problems. It just keeps following her wherever she goes. So she's going to come across as somebody who is trying to make promises, trying to make change towards the public, but they just see her as somebody who's exhausted. She's getting whooped by a nasty man, and they'll see her as somebody who is part of the government with the Hierophant, and she is with the Six of Swords. She can't escape her past, right? And death reversed. She's having trouble with changes, and she's afraid of change. Death reversed, right? So resistance to change, lack of acceptance. She's unable to move forward because she's stuck in patterns. They'll see her as somebody who her past is haunting her. Wherever she goes, her past is haunting her. Men are controlling her, or a man can be like Donald Trump might come across as controlling and cruel towards her, but she is going to be exposed for trying to make promises and trying to make change, but she's just exhausted and fatigued and panic stricken and unable to advance towards anything. Like she's stuck in the patterns of government, right, with the institutions, and right, because the Hierophant is government. It's, hold on, right, 1 second. Yeah, long-term commitment towards government. It's arranged setup. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to see her as somebody who has been set up, the public is going to become aware that she's been put into this place. It's an arranged setup by the government. She's been installed in her position, right, for the long term, right? And she's being, the government people behind the scenes are guiding her in what to do, and her past keeps haunting her. And even though she has gotten places with the Six of Swords, persevering and getting through something, right? But her past is haunting her, and she's having trouble with the death reverse. She's having trouble with adapting to changes, and she's stuck on the past. Like they see that she's stuck in the past. She is stuck in patterns. She's not going to break out of who she is. Like all her past is haunting her. She's stuck in this pattern. She's unable to make change. Right? They'll see her as overcoming her problems. Like she'll have moments in the debate where people be like, "Oh yeah, she was strong on this issue." She comes off as strong, and some people might think that she has the abilities to take on the job with strength upright, right? Oh, there's hope, right? She's strong, but most people will see her as somebody who's installed and being told what to do, and there's people, perhaps they'll see Trump as being nasty to her, and with the devil, she'll be also, it talks about being toxic. She'll come across as a toxic person who is, the devil. It's lies, it's false beliefs, false promises, it's false. The devil is, they'll come across seeing her for who she is, which is toxic and somebody who is stuck in patterns, and she is self-defeating, and they'll also see her as somebody who's afraid, and she's a liar, because she'll try to she'll try to tell you what you see, you're not seeing, right? It's false truths. And she has lots of, she has some sort of addictions, right? You can talk about addictions, and she's self-defeating, and there are some parts of her which are self-sabotage. Her past is haunting her. That's what it seems to say. And they'll see her as somebody who's trying to make change, right? But she's just like, if she wants, because the devil is also like obsessive personalities. It is somebody who's stuck in patterns, and somebody who has addictions to certain things, and she might come across as that, but she's trying to get out of that. She's not going to come across as somebody who is good for the nation, to put it. This is just the energy of the cards, right? Like they're just going to see that she's installed there. She's getting guidance from telling her what to do in regard to what to say and everything. And they'll see her as being controlled. They'll see her like Trump as wiping the floor with her ass. And then, excuse my language. And then there's Six of Swords. Her past is haunting her. even though she's trying to get through something, and she'll come across as, oh, like not that bad, like, oh, she can overcome whatever it is, but she's just stuck in delusions and unhealthy patterns and toxicity, and it's all going to come out that she's a liar and toxic, and she's like the devil, and this is basically, it's karmic, because she, in some ways, she put herself into this issue, and she doesn't even want to be in this situation. She's a coward. She's not prepared for, and the world is going to see it. Some people might like her. They'll be like, oh, she's getting through this, and oh, she can bring stability with the Hierophant and the strength, like, oh, she can overcome this. But all in all, she's just going to come across as a toxic, obsessive, unhealthy liar, and the devil. It's like liar, right? And I don't know why it's trying to say Pluto. It's death and rebirth, right? Some people might see it the end for her. That's energy I'm feeling from these cards, right? Somehow, inability to move forward, stuck in the past. Her past is going to haunt her. I guess the a lot of what Trump will focus on in the debates is going to be her past, which is going to be really embarrassing, and perhaps some of her addictions will be exposed as well with the devil, right? Second. Ace of Pentacles, bad investment. Yeah, the public will see her as a bad investment. Nine of Swords. It doesn't mean that she's not going to win. It doesn't mean that she's not going to win the election, but they're going to see her as somebody who is. Most people will see that she is a bad choice, and she's just going to bring betrayal and sleepless nights to people, and Nine of Swords. It's a sleepless night. It's insomnia. It's feeling betrayed, betrayal. It's unhealthiness, right? And then the Sun. The Sun is warmth, comfort, and the Wheel of Fortune. Perhaps they'll wish on her happiness and warmth and comfort, and they think maybe things will get better for her. Like the Wheel of Fortune is things getting better, right? Things taking a karmic turn for the better. But then there's that disconnection with the High Priestess reverse, which is she's still going to come across as a shallow person. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there will be moments in the debate where she wins. She'll win in the debate, but in some instances, but for the most part, she's going to come off as a liar and a disconnected person from herself, and a shallow person, and blocked emotions. And Trump looks pretty good, like they'll see him as somebody who's older, wiser, has gone through things and knows more, and he's strong, and so all in all, I think Trump will win the debate, but there might be instances where he looks cruel to her, because he'll probably be exposing some truths about her past, which she can't escape. Anyway, we'll see if I'm correct in September 4th. Perhaps I'll be wrong. Perhaps I read the cards wrong. Perhaps I read the cards wrong. Perhaps the cards are wrong, right? Who knows what will be, but I think that, yeah, Trump will definitely win the debate, because Kamala doesn't stand a chance. She doesn't stand a chance, and she's not prepared mentally. She's not prepared mentally for the job. People are just it's gonna be exposed that she's just an installation. She's been installed there, like. Yeah, like arranged setup, the Hierophant. It's institutions. It also talks about like guidance, getting advice from people, getting mentored. It could be any institution. It could be a military institution, but it's basically arranged setup as well. It's contracts, So, but I think because of my other reading, which spoke about her, what she did to Joe Biden, she was in, according to my other reading, allegedly, she was in on the ousting, taking Joe Biden and ousting him out of his position in such a way. She's such a witch, according to my cards. What she did was she got rid of Joe Biden, right, to get herself installed. And now she's having, with the Six of Cups, she's having regrets. Five of Cups. Regrets. She's having regrets because she's realizing that she's not up to task and she's too scared, and now it's her own doing, that's what karma is, it's like what goes around comes around, right? So yeah, that's the reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe if you like my reading, and feel free to unsubscribe if you don't like it. And yeah, I thought I should just, I was thinking, like, if you guys have any ideas, you can comment below. But I was having I was thinking, like, what should I read? What should I read for next, right? Because you guys can give me ideas if you want. You can comment below, like, what you want me to do a reading on, right? And who you want me to do a reading on. So I really enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.